In May 2007, the McCann family traveled to Praia da Luz, a quiet seaside town in Portugal. It was meant to be simple, peaceful, safe. The resort was warm, open, and family-friendly. White buildings, palm trees, ocean breeze drifting through the air. Kate and Jerry McCann were doctors, responsible, educated, calm under pressure. They had 3 children, Madeleine, just 3 years old, and her 2 younger twin siblings. To anyone watching, it looked like the perfect family holiday. But sometimes, tragedy doesn't arrive with warning. Sometimes it waits quietly. On the evening of May 3rd, the McCanns followed a routine they had done before. After putting the children to bed around 8:30 p.m., they left the apartment to dine with friends at a nearby tapas restaurant. The restaurant was only about 50 meters away, close enough to see the apartment from certain angles. They took turns checking on the children every 20 to 30 minutes. It felt controlled, managed, safe. At 10 p.m., everything was still normal. At 10:30 p.m., Kate walked back to check again. What she found would change everything. Kate entered the apartment. The bedroom door was slightly more open than she remembered. The window was open. The shutters were raised. The twins were still asleep. But Madeleine's bed was empty. Kate ran back toward the restaurant, screaming, "She's gone!" In that moment, panic replaced logic, and the clock began ticking. At first, they thought she had wandered off. Maybe she woke up. Maybe she went looking for her parents. But within minutes, that hope collapsed. The apartment was small. There was nowhere to hide. No closets disturbed, no doors forced, no noise reported. Friends began searching the street, calling her name into the dark. But the night gave nothing back. And with every passing minute, the possibility of abduction became real. Police were called. Portuguese authorities arrived. At first, it was treated as a missing child case, but something felt different. Search dogs were brought in. Roadblocks were set up. Helicopters scanned the coastline. The story began spreading beyond Portugal. Within 48 hours, the world knew her face. And once the media arrived, everything changed. The case became international. Her image appeared on front pages across Europe. Celebrities spoke out, politicians commented, donations poured in. But media attention is a double-edged sword. With exposure came scrutiny. With sympathy came suspicion. And slowly, the focus shifted, not outward, but inward. Months passed. No body, no confirmed sighting, no arrest. Then something shocking happened. Portuguese police named Kate and Jerry McCann as official suspects, the parents of the missing child. The world froze. Some believed it was impossible. Others weren't so sure. For months, headlines questioned their behavior, their interviews, their body language. Were they grieving parents or hiding something? Eventually, the charges were dropped, but the damage was permanent. Years passed. Then in 2020, German authorities made a shocking announcement. A convicted criminal, a man with a history of violent offenses. He had been in the area the night Madeleine vanished. Phone records placed him nearby. Authorities believed he was responsible, but even now, no charges have been finalized, no closure delivered, and the questions remain. More than a decade has passed. Madeleine McCann would now be a young woman. Somewhere, maybe living under another name, maybe never knowing who she was, or maybe the truth is far darker. What happened in that apartment? Was it a stranger? Was it planned? Was it chance? Until definitive proof emerges. The night of May 3rd, 2007, remains one of the most haunting mysteries in modern history. And somewhere in Portugal, the silence still lingers. And until the truth is proven, the world is left with only one question. What really happened to Madeleine McCann?